In just 9 minutes, uncover the most shocking revelations from Alex Ferrari's conversation with NDE survivor Betty Guadagno on Next Level Soul podcast. A former atheist and addict, Betty died, met a divine presence, and returned with jaw-dropping truths about karma, suffering, and the afterlife. Did she really choose her trauma? Stay till the end for 10 life-changing takeaways. Takeaway 1. Atheist addict dies and wakes up. Betty had no belief in God, spirituality, or any kind of afterlife. She was convinced that when people died, they simply ceased to exist. Her life reflected this belief. She was addicted to drugs, involved in crime, and had lost all hope. She saw herself as broken beyond repair, living a meaningless existence. But everything changed when she overdosed at the age of 35. Instead of the nothingness she expected, she suddenly found herself floating above her lifeless body. She could see everything happening in the room, but she was no longer part of it. This was the moment she realized that consciousness does not end with death. For example, she watched in shock as paramedics tried to revive her, feeling detached from the chaos around her. She felt no fear, only curiosity as she observed her own body lying motionless. It was the first proof that she was wrong about death. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. The shocking life review. During her near-death experience, Betty was taken through a life review. This was not just a replay of events from her own point of view, but an experience of every emotion she had ever caused in others. She felt their joy, their sorrow, and even the pain she had unknowingly inflicted. For example, there was a moment from her childhood when she made fun of a classmate. During her life review, she did not just see herself laughing. She also felt the deep humiliation and sadness the other child had experienced. She realized how powerful even small actions can be, and how much impact we have on the people around us. Her review showed her that life is not just about personal experiences, but about how we connect with others. Every action, big or small, creates ripples. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3. Past lives and forgotten connections. One of the most surprising parts of Betty's experience was seeing her past lives. She realized that she had lived many different lifetimes before this one, and that the people in her current life had been with her in previous incarnations, often in different roles. For example, she saw that in one past life, she had been an abusive person, and in this life, she was experiencing the other side of that dynamic. This showed her that souls often switch roles in different lifetimes to understand life from different perspectives. Seeing her past lives made her realize that nothing in life is random. The relationships, the struggles, and even the painful experiences all serve a deeper purpose. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4. Meeting the beings of light. After her life review, Betty found herself surrounded by powerful, loving beings of light. These beings did not speak with words, but communicated directly to her mind, filling her with understanding. They radiated unconditional love and had no judgment toward her, even after all the mistakes she had made in life. For example, she described feeling a love so pure and intense that it was overwhelming. She had spent her entire life believing she was worthless, but in their presence, she felt deeply valued. It was a love far beyond anything she had ever experienced as a human. These beings helped her understand the meaning of life, why she had gone through so much suffering, and what she was meant to do next. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5. She chose her trauma before birth. One of the most difficult things for Betty to accept was the idea that she had chosen her painful life before she was even born. She saw that in the spiritual realm, before coming to Earth, she had agreed to take on specific challenges to grow and evolve. For example, she was shown a scene where she met with these spiritual beings before her birth. Together, they planned out the major events of her life, including her parents' overdose and her battle with addiction. She agreed to these struggles because they would help her develop strength, compassion, and wisdom. At first, she resisted this idea. How could she have chosen so much pain? But she realized that from a higher perspective, souls see challenges as opportunities, not punishments. We're halfway through the video. Thank you for sticking with us this far. If you're enjoying it, please give us a thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to comment below. To see more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. She did not want to return. Betty did not want to come back to life. After experiencing so much love, peace, and understanding, she begged to stay in the afterlife. But the beings told her that she had more work to do on Earth. She still had a purpose, and it was not yet time for her journey to end. For example, she remembered arguing with them, saying that she had finally found happiness and did not want to return to the pain of human life. But they told her that she had a mission, to share what she had learned and help others. Before she knew it, she was being pulled back into her body, waking up in a hospital room, gasping for breath. Now, let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. Her drug dealers disappeared overnight. After returning to life, strange things started happening. One of the most bizarre events was that her drug dealers, the people she had relied on for years, completely vanished. It was as if they had never existed. For example, she tried calling them and asking around, but no one knew where they had gone. Some of them had moved away. Some had simply disappeared, and others no longer wanted to associate with her. It was as if her entire past life had been erased overnight. She took this as a sign that she was being given a clean slate to start fresh. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. A Course in Miracles changed everything. After her near-death experience, Betty struggled to make sense of everything she had seen. She found guidance in a book called A Course in Miracles, which helped her understand the nature of reality, love, and forgiveness. For example, she said that before reading the book, she was still holding on to resentment toward people who had hurt her. But as she studied its teachings, she learned how to let go of anger and see life through a new lens. This book played a major role in her spiritual transformation and gave her the tools to rebuild her life. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. The battle with her ego. Even after everything she had experienced, Betty still had to fight against her own ego. The human mind is full of doubts, fears, and resistance to change. She had to consciously remind herself of the lessons she had learned. For example, she described moments when she would get angry at people or feel frustrated with life, and she could sense her old self coming back. But she would stop, take a deep breath, and remember what the beings of light had told her. Life is a journey of growth, and every challenge is an opportunity to practice love and understanding. Her ego was still there, but now she knew how to manage it. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. Why souls keep coming back. Betty learned that Earth is one of the most challenging places for a soul to incarnate, but that is also what makes it so valuable. Souls keep coming back here because it offers intense learning and rapid spiritual growth. For example, she saw that life is like a school, where each person picks their own courses before being born. Some choose difficult lives to accelerate their learning, while others choose easier paths to master different lessons. Every soul is on its own unique journey. Even though life can be painful, it serves a greater purpose in the evolution of the soul. Here is a brief introduction about Betty Guadagno. Betty Guadagno is a former atheist who, after a profound near-death experience, underwent a radical spiritual awakening, transforming from a life of addiction and trauma into a passionate advocate for healing, self-discovery, and community support. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, please hit like below and share this video in your WhatsApp groups. You can also discuss about this video by commenting below. To get more such videos in your timeline, press the subscribe button below.